Okay, what we're gonna do, we're gonna make some ravioli with porcini mushroom filling, as I have them here. Okay, so what we're gonna do them in a fresh tomato. What we are doing now, well, you know, as I'm preparing for you, let me show you. I'm actually bringing this water to a boil. And then here I have some olive oil. Let me cut this light off. Olive oil a little bit with some onion, chopped onion. Okay? So follow me and I will show you a very easy and unbelievable recipe. Now you take this tomato, which they have to be a little bit on the soft side. Make sure they're not too green. Okay? And if you have them, you know, they're not really ripe, you need to leave them outside for couple of days. So what I do, I put these tomatoes inside boiling water, and I'll show you why. I'll put in the boiling water. Okay, I need a little bit more water. Okay. Okay, so make sure that in the boiling water you put a little bit of salt, okay? And now what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait probably about 3 minutes. It's gonna go to a boil, we let it boil for 3 minutes and then we pull them out, okay? I'll show you as soon as they come out. Okay, so they'll be boiling for about 2 minutes. I kind of paused the video, and now what you're noticing that they are starting to, the skin is starting to crack. You see, the skin is starting to crack. I'm gonna wait for this one to crack as well, and then we can start pulling them out. I would say about 4 minutes from a boiling point, slow boil. See, this one hasn't cracked yet. The other ones is already pretty much peeling, because we need to remove the skin for this particular sauce. Okay, so let's see another minute. Okay. So the other one seems to have cracked as well. The skin has split. You can see it's split. And in the meantime, I got on very low on number 3. The oil going a little bit sizzling. I'm not going to go all the way yet because I need to chop these tomatoes before I put them in here. And so just follow. Okay, follow what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the tomatoes out. They're going to be really hot. Okay, one. Now this water, we are not throwing it out. This water, we're going to reuse it to actually boil the ravioli. So what we're going to do now I got the water boiling at number 7. I'm going to go and put it at number 1. So practically it's almost off, but it's not off. Okay? And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do this. See? Look at that. You see the skin? Comes right off. Okay? So this is a beautiful recipe. It's fresh and it's healthy. Remember that one of the secrets of not getting the coronavirus as well, it's they are talking about it, a lot of scientists, it's pretty much diet. It's how we eat, and we don't put a lot of junk in our system. We need to stay healthy. We need to take a lot of vitamin 3. We take a lot of vitamin 3 and vitamin C plus zinc. Okay, look at that. Look at this. You see? Look at that. The skin comes off. So that's why this sauce is gonna taste really, really good, because it's going to be okay. So I'm taking the skin. So the skin has been taken out. Now I take this other skin as well. It's a little bit hot, but it's bearable. Okay, so here it is. Okay, right, now what I'm doing now, I'm I'm kind of stirring a little bit the onion. The onion, you just put as much as you like. I mean, I put very little because with this kind of tomato, the way we do it, It don't really need the onion technically, but I kind of like it. So what you do is this now. What you do, you cut the tomato in half, then you cut it in slices, like this, and then you dice it in about 1 cm. You do 1 cm cubes, more or less. 2, 3, and then you slice them this way, this way, this way. You see all this juice that is on the thing, it's gonna go right in there. Cut it in half, okay? Okay, these tomatoes are pretty much about 10 centimeter wide. Those are 3 tomatoes. You can see how many there are. I would say they'd be good for about 2 people, very comfortably. So I'm gonna heat up the heat a little bit more. I'm gonna bring it to a little bit more sizzling. The onions seem to be browned, as a little bit brown. Let me show you. Okay, it's not burnt, but it's brown. Okay, and then, let me put it back here. Okay, so this is going at number, I'm gonna put it on number 7, number 9, it doesn't matter. So now, the chopping board has got a lot of juice. So this is going. Okay. Okay, so this is going there. I'll wash my chopping board because I like to be clean. When I work, I need to be clean. Okay, so next thing we do now, I love black pepper. This is a mix of 5 different peppers from France. Which you can get anywhere, your local gourmet supermarket, or just black pepper is okay. Okay? I put a little bit of black pepper. I'm not putting it a lot, it's just that this thing is not really working. Then I'm putting this natural salt. This is not your commercial salt. This is a bit, you can put normal salt. See, it's all flaky. It's beautiful. Okay, so I put a little bit of the natural salt. Okay, what I do, I put another little bit of a drop of olive oil, and then if you like, I do like a little bit, I'm gonna put some arrabbiata mix. I got actually in Rome, in a shop. They do their own mixer, but you can just put a little bit of chili. You don't have to if you don't want. So here, I put just a little bit, just for a little bit of kick. Now, don't forget, that's why we're going to cook the ravioli. And now I'm actually, basically, I'm already cooking the sauce. Now, this is going to go for about maybe 10 minutes. Let me show you what it looks like. See, it's already kind of melting. But I'll show you the final secret when this is done. Okay, so, all right. So let's, I'm gonna pause the camera. I'm gonna wait about 10 minutes. It's gonna go for 10 minutes and I'm gonna show you what it looks like, and then we're gonna go to the next step. Okay? Okay, we're almost there. If you feel that the sauce is drying up too much, what do? You take a little bit of hot water, just a little bit, just to kind of you accompany so it won't stick to the pan, and you need to turn it. If you notice, I always turn in one way, when I go like this, I always go like this. See? I go half back and then I go like this. Now this is the secret of everyone, when they say we can actually be cooking the same sauce side by side. You follow exactly what I do. Your sauce will always taste a little bit different than mine, because everything is in the hand and it's in the heart. When you cook, you have to really love what you do. Okay? If you don't love it, it's not it's not gonna come out good. Okay, you have to really love what you do. Now, as you can see, I'm gonna lower it because it was going on number 9. Then let me show you within 5 minutes the sauce. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now, okay, okay, stay tuned. Okay, so the sauce is pretty much done. You see, it's about 5-6 minutes until you get this. You can see the pulp a little bit because it doesn't all melt, because the tomato, when we boil it, we only boil it for like 4 or 5 minutes, so it's still halfway raw. So what I'll do now, I'll put everything in the blender. Okay, now this is still here. I'm gonna lower this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Okay, now this is done. Put this back. I have this small blender which is not big. Now this is gonna taste unbelievable. Look at that. Now I don't want to waste what's in the blender, so I just put a tiny bit of water, just a little bit, so I can clean the juice, the extra juice. Okay. Okay, so what I did now, I put it back into in the pot, and I'm putting the pot here. See, now it's all like very puree. So this is like what you would buy from like a processed tomato can in a supermarket, but it's actually the freshest thing you can make, because this is very healthy. You know exactly what you're eating. Just make sure you wash your tomato before you boil them. I usually wash them with a little bit of water with baking soda, and I use a sponge and I scrub them. And then, you know, anyway, I take off the skin, because that's where all the pesticide is. Now I'm waiting for the water to boil. Salt is already there. Okay, so now we wait for the water to boil. Okay, and then we go to the next step. Okay, the water is boiling. I got one packet, which I have is 250 gram. Basically, one packet, 250 gram, is for 2 people, so 125 gram. I counted 18 ravioli, so I'm going to put 9 of them inside, and they're going to boil for about 3 minutes, because those are the fresh ones you buy. Okay, those are actually from Italy, even though I'm in Spain right now, but I buy them at the supermarket, and they come from Italy. Okay, so there is a very good brand, a very good quality. Anyway, it's easy to make ravioli also. If you once you have the dough, yeah, you can make them, but you know, it's faster to buy them, I guess, unless you have a passion to make pasta by hand. It's not, it can drive you crazy if you don't know, you make a lot of mistakes, so you just buy them, it's okay. Okay, so now let's wait. It's going to go to a boil, and then 3 minutes, and then we pull them out. Okay, you know, once in a while you just make sure you turn it, but you have to be very gentle, huh? Still not ready. It's been a couple of minutes, but it hasn't gone to a boil, which is going to actually they're still cooking because the water is really hot, and they're kind of puffing up in the middle. So once they puff up, you know that they're good. Okay, so then for this type of sauce, I mean, you can actually, once you drain them, you can put them back in there, you throw the sauce, you mix them all together, but I'm going to use a different technique. This is going to be a really nice technique, which I'm going to show you. So those are going to be pretty much almost ready. See, they're already changing color. Yeah. Okay. So while I'm doing this, I have maybe another minute left. I'm gonna take a dish. Let me show you what I'm gonna do here. What I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a spoon. Okay? I'm gonna do this with the sauce. The sauce is still very hot. Let me lower this because otherwise we're gonna make a mess. I'm gonna put some sauce on the plate. Okay, a little bit like this. All right, now the ravioli are done. I can turn everything off. Now, you can see I'm gonna put the ravioli like this. Okay. So you have a little bit of sauce on the bottom, because if I toss them, sometimes, you break them. See, this broke inside and there's a lot of water inside. So this one is going to taste a bit funny. Anyway, the feeling kind of got lost. It's okay. Okay, so this one here, this one here. Okay. This one here. And this one here. Okay, so this is done. Now, what you can do also, if you like this, I can do a sprinkle of oil on top like this, because it's going to, the olive oil is always good for you. It's healthy. So what I'll do now, I'll take some more sauce. So you see how easy was this to make? And look at the sauce, it's like a puree. It's beautiful. I'm gonna leave this maybe for tomorrow. I think that would be enough. Yeah, I'll leave it for tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Now, this is here. Then I'll take some freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano or Grana Padano. Do not buy imitation Parmesan cheese. Please, whatever you do, you kill the dish. Whatever it says Parmesan, all this crap, don't buy. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do now. Okay? Look at that. Look at that. This is amazing. I'm dedicating this dish to my friend Tiffany.